Hey, good morning. It's Thursday morning. We've made it to Galatians 5, and we will read 5, 1 through 6. For freedom, Christ has set us free. Stand firm, therefore, and do not submit again to a yoke of slavery. Look, I, Paul, say to you that if you accept circumcision, Christ will be of no advantage to you. I testify again to every man who accepts circumcision that he is obligated to keep the whole law. You are severed from Christ, you who would be justified by the law. You have fallen away from grace. For through the Spirit, by faith, we ourselves eagerly await the hope of righteousness. For in Christ Jesus neither circumcision nor uncircumcision counts for anything, but only faith working through love. So here Paul gets to the point. We're set free for freedom. So we're free from the law, and we're free from all those obligations. And then he says, look, if you accept one of those obligations, circumcision, then you're accepting the whole package. It's all or nothing. You're accepting the whole law. And if you accept the whole law, which can't do it for you, then you've turned against Christ and turned against grace. So stop it. That's what he says. And this is getting very explicit here, He says, do not submit again to a yoke of slavery. That's how he sees their obedience to the law. It's simply slavery. You're enslaved to the law, and he'd rather that you be set free from slavery, that you be freed by and for grace, the grace of Jesus Christ. And that's about as bluntly and as clearly as Paul's going to say it. Now, he's going to go on to say some things about it and reiterate that point. And talk about walking by the Spirit. And we'll get to all that in the next few days. But for now, for today, let's remember that we're set free from any obligations, any kind of rules. We're set free by Christ for freedom. So if someone seems to be a Christian, but, they keep doing things that Christians aren't supposed to do, like, cursing and smoking and drinking. That might be their failing and a problem, and it might be bad, but ultimately we're free from all those compunctions and rules and stuff. And that's the hard part for people in the church a lot of times, because we don't necessarily believe that. I'm thinking of one theologian that I won't tell you who it was, but he was he's still alive, and he was a professor at a large Methodist-oriented university in North Carolina. Let's put it that way, Duke. And by all accounts, he swore like a sailor in lectures, and people said, what he said was so good, you just got over the fact that he used bad words. Well, could he have gotten away with not using bad words? I think so. He never used them in his books, which are pretty good. So why would he do that in lecture? I don't know. But I think we can learn not to do stuff like that. But when we make it a rule that, you can't go to heaven if you're doing that, then we're in big trouble, because we're not perfect either. So live into your imperfections, let it go. Don't worry about it. Be who you are, and understand that that the grace of God is what saves us, whether we are perfect or not. Thanks be to God. See you tomorrow.